What's up, everybody? MC Aggie St. James, and I'm back. Hope everybody had a nice evening last night. This is daily video vlog number 27. 27 days faithfully in a row. So I'm gonna get right to it. Let me take a drag. Alright, so this daily vlog is gonna be on something a little new for some of y'all, maybe, but not new for me. It's a phenomenon that's been going on, or there have been reports of it going on and sightings of it. No, it ain't no UFOs, motherfuckers. But anywho, it's a phenomenon that's been going on for centuries. However, it's only begun to increase since, I'd say, the late 80s, early 90s. And the phenomenon that I'm speaking about is of the black-eyed children. If y'all aren't familiar with the black-eyed children, they're these kids that show up at your door, and their entire eye is black. Not just the pupil, but the entire eye, like from here to here, the entire inside of the eye, top to bottom, left to right, right to left, the entire eye is black. And they manifest extreme terror in the people's doors that they come knocking on. I've been researching this phenomenon for a long time, actually, but it wasn't until recently, and I'm not sure why, but it wasn't until recently that I decided to really delve into it, look into it a little bit more than I have in the past. So I've been doing a lot of research on it. I have my notes, people. These children, like I said, children, because the majority of the reports that are coming in are that they are children between the ages of, let's say, 8 and 13 years old. Their skin is very pale, almost pasty-like. Anywho, I'm just going to read my notes and go from there, okay? They have a very monotone speech. They usually come in groups of 2 or 3, but there are a lot of reports of it just being one child. Their main objective is for you to let them in your house. All they want is to be let in your house. So apparently they don't try to rush through, like if you get a knock on the door, you open up the door, apparently they don't, no reports have come in of them having any type of a weapon or using any type of force to come inside. Apparently they can't force themselves in your home. They're not, they have to ask you if they can come inside. You have to voluntarily let them inside for anything to happen. There are thousands of reports, y'all, that have come through. Thousands from all over the globe, not just in the USA. Some think that they are hybrids. Some think that they are from another dimension. Some think that they are human. I don't see how that could be if their entire eye socket is black. And that's just not one reason why I feel that way. But anywho, I'm going to continue on. And if you look away, like if you get the knock on the door, you answer you open the door, you answer the door, they ask to come inside. Let's say that your dog is barking in the background in the bedroom, so you turn your head to try to, as soon as you turn back, they're gone. They just completely vanish. There have also been a lot of reports to where they'll get a knock on the door. The person will get the knock on the door. That person will open up their front door, and the children and or the child will be like in the front lawn. They'll blink their eyes, and all of a sudden the child's like right in front of them at the front door. So it's almost like they glide. They move very fast. All of the reports that have come in about these children is that their clothing looks handmade. Very old-fashioned, almost Amish-like. They're all described as being awkward and extremely stiff. They don't move a lot. They don't move their heads a lot. They don't move their arms a lot. They don't move their feet a lot. They're very stiff. And a lot of the reports that have come through are of the children with their arms right down to their sides, and they're not moving. Their arms are just there. Real awkward. They use really odd language. I'll get to that in a second. They have a very limited vocabulary, and in all the cases of these black-eyed children, they just keep repeating the same phrases over and over again. They don't deter from that, if that makes sense. Did I use the right word? They just say the same shit over and over and over again. So I thought I heard like a bee or something. My bad. Y'all know bitches don't play. Anywho, back to what I'm talking about. The majority of these cases have been documented as these children approaching your home in the early evening, like when the sun's about to go down. But there are a lot of cases to where they will, and when I say approach your house, I mean knock on the door, bitches. There are a lot of cases. There are a lot of cases where it happens in the early morning, even in the afternoon. But the bulk of the majority of the cases are of these children approaching you and or your home in the early evening. And when I say you, I mean like you getting out your car at night, walking to your front door before you even make it to the front door, shit like that. I'm sorry, y'all, my ashtray's over there. Okay, there have been a lot of cases to where that have been documented that after a person and or people, I'll get to the people in a second. The majority of the cases are that once you've been confronted with the child, the black-eyed child and or the black-eyed children, that electrical shit in your home will start to act kind of funny. When I say people, because the majority of the cases, it's only been one person. It's like they only approach one person. If you're with somebody, if you're with your friend, or if you're talking to a neighbor, they don't really approach. The bulk of the cases have been single individuals being approached at their front door or as they're walking up to their door at night. You know what I'm saying? Where nobody's around. Versus like a woman and her husband, or, you know what I'm saying? More than one adult. It's usually just one adult. Like I said, some people think that they're interdimensional beings. I'm having a look at my notes, y'all, because there's so much on this phenomenon, this topic. There are black-eyed adults that have been, I have to say, documented as being seen in this world. However, it's only the children that approach your door or get you when you're alone. It's the adults, but the adults are the ones that are seen like in a grocery store, holding a loaf of bread, looking at it strange, like trying to figure it out, or in a coffee shop sitting on their cell phone. There have been cases where people have witnessed these black-eyed adults in coffee shops talking on a motherfucking cell phone, people. Excuse me. but their entire eyes are black. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah, so I've heard about this phenomenon. Like I said, I heard about this like a long time ago. And apparently animals don't like them. Dogs, like if you got a pit bull or what have you, and you've seen that pit bull motherfucking attack snakes and shit, and that motherfucking dog ain't afraid of shit. There have been reports. I think reports maybe is a better word than but anywho, where the dog comes to the door, sees these kids, and just becomes real cowardly, puts his tail in between his legs and just runs away to hide under the bed in the master bedroom. I mean, these children and adults, but I'm mainly here talking about the ones that confront you at your door. You'll get like a knock on the door. You'll just be at home chilling, let's say in the late evening. You'll get a knock on your door. You'll go to the door. The majority of the cases that are reported reveal that the children, like I said, sometimes it'll just be one child, but the majority, the bulk of the cases are of like the kids come in like 2 or 3, sometimes 4, but no more than 4, usually 2 or 3. So you'll get that knock on the door. You're not expecting nobody. You open up the door. 9 out of 10, like I said, they're kind of looking down at the ground with their arms completely straight right by their sides. Their skin is very pale, no blemishes, no freckles, no pimples, nothing. And they just kind of don't really make eye contact in the beginning. Sometimes they do, but the majority of the cases, in the very beginning, they don't. They just kind of look down on the ground, look down towards the ground, and they ask if they can come inside of your home. Now, from the gate, you kind of like, who the fuck are these kids? Where are their parents? Like, why are they acting so strange? And you can ask them questions like, who is you? You know what I mean? Like some shit I do, like, but they don't ever answer any questions. They just solely keep repeating the same phrases over and over again. Invite us into your home, or we'd like to come inside. Like, it's very eerie, right? They don't smile. They don't very straight, very sinister. And then about like a minute or something into it, there is when they'll look up and you see that their entire eyes are black. So you can't write it off as, you know how you can buy those black contacts? You can't nobody write it off as, these are just some kids pulling a prank and they just got on some black contacts. No. For one, these cases have been going back since contacts was ever fucking came to be. Before the internet, before TV, for one. And then second of all, I don't know no motherfucking contacts that cover the entire eye, people, from here to here. And I'm talking about from here, not just from where it starts to get white, but from here all the way to there. And that's what makes this phenomenon so terrifying, is because, if you are familiar with this phenomenon of these black-eyed children, then this is nothing new for you. But it's real terrifying. There have been several cases to where like the people will be like, no, I'm not letting you in my home. But out of terror, from when the children lift their heads and they see these black eyes staring in their face, from terror, you slam your door, you need to leave, you slam your door, I'm not letting you in, and you slam your door and walk away. These children have also been known to go to another door, maybe the back door. Or if you have your blinds open, they'll go to a window and they just look at you. People, I'm telling you now, I'm not full of shit. Go online and look this shit up yourself. Google, YouTube, Yahoo. Look this shit up yourself. There are countless reports from all over the globe of these black-eyed children. And I say the children because even though there are a lot of cases of the black-eyed adults, those aren't the ones that really terrify people as much because they're always seen out in public. You know, like I said, coffee shop, grocery store, what have you. It's the children that come to you when you're like walking in your home, or just even when you're already in your home at night. So I advise y'all bitches, if y'all get knocks on your door, I don't even give a fuck if it's in the fucking morning time, do not answer the door. Okay, whoever the fuck it is, if they know your ass, they can call your motherfucking home phone or cell phone. I don't even know if nobody even owns home phones anymore. But anyway, don't answer that shit. Look, I'm not even gonna motherfucking damn ask who it is through the door with the door shut. I'm not even gonna do that shit, right? Because I don't want nobody, I don't want these motherfuckers to know that I'm even here. But there are thousands of reports, y'all, that are coming in. All over the globe, and these kids, they give off a very sinister, eerie, almost evil presence, like a feeling. Not one single case of any of these children and adults, but children, these black-eyed children, not one of them have been a positive encounter. Not one of them has been to where the person was like, I felt okay when they were there at my door, or, you know, I didn't feel threatened, I felt at peace. Every single case has left the individual in extreme terror. And it's kind of scary, you know what I mean? I personally have not encountered these black-eyed children. Now I haven't seen any black-eyed adults, but I have come across some adults out in the public, and I'm not talking about just ones that look strange or whatever, but that don't look like they from here, like they're not human. I'm not saying like they had horns on their head or some shit, or looked like some alien, but they just didn't look like they knew where they was. Like they just, and not on drugs, people. I mean, I'm being sincere here. Like they just did not look like they were from Earth. But I have not had, thank God, no children come knocking up on my door. Now, I have had knocks on my door within the past few months, where I was not expecting nobody. It was at night, and I got knocks on my door, but I wasn't stupid. I didn't go to the door with the door still shut and be like, who is it? I didn't say shit. I never opened up the door, and they eventually left. So it's I'm gonna do some more research on it today, and all of the cases, they're all similar. Sometimes they vary, but they're all very much similar to all the previous cases from over all these years that have been reported. What do I think they are? I don't think they're human. I think that they're probably from another dimension. You know, I don't know what their intent is. I don't know what their intentions are, what their motives are, but I don't think it's good. I think it's evil. But it's, you know, at first, I think when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, that's just some fucking urban legend. It's just some fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? But then I kept hearing about it. And when you hear about these reports, there's so much detail. Like you can tell that these people are not making this shit up. You know what I mean? Now, there are a lot of reports that come in, years later. A lot of people that experience these black-eyed children are left in such fear and terror that they don't even want to talk about it to nobody until like they either come across somebody else who's encountered these black-eyed children, or they finally just decide that they want to come forth with the fact that they encountered them. But for whatever reason, a lot of these cases, people are so I was about to say tetrified, are left in such terror and fear, they don't even want to talk about it. And a lot of times they don't want people to think that they're crazy. You know what I mean? So a lot of these reports come in after the incident and occurrence happened like 4 or 5 months down the road, 5 years ago. But the bottom line is that in the past, I say 5 years, these cases that have been reported are becoming more frequent, more on a regular basis versus like every 6 months or once, or so that's what I've been researching on today. It's going on 21 minutes. So it's just, it's real eerie because, especially if you're at home by yourself and you aren't expecting any company and you get this motherfucking knock on the front door, if you choose to answer it and you open up the door and you see these fucking kids and they look up at you and they've got these fucking black eyes that ain't no motherfucking black contacts. The way they move, they're just very stiff. They just keep repeating the same thing. Oh, it's almost like robotic. Like they just don't steer away from what they say. They just say the same thing over and over again. That shit would freak anybody out. I don't care how gangsta you is. It's real eerie. And then you're thinking, how do they know where I live? And then you're thinking, are these bitches gonna come back? Like, are these fucking kids gonna come back? And then you're thinking, well, shit, once I shut the door, are they still gonna be out there? Like, are they just watching me from, like, behind the trees or bushes and shit? So it's real scary. And like I said, a lot of these reports is not just at night or in the early evening, bitches, but it be like in the early morning or during the afternoon. So it's scary. I'm sorry, y'all, but I do advise y'all to look into it and listen to the reports. Now, these reports, when these occurrences with these black-eyed children occur with people, they report it to police. There's some strange children on my property or what have you. They also reported to, there's a lot of very well credited, I don't know if that makes sense, but fuck it. There are legit paranormal societies that, investigate cases like this, cases of the of the paranormal, of hauntings, of the unknown, of all types of phenomenon that are very, very, I'm talking about like worldwide well known, and people will call their cases or email in their occurrences to these sites, to see if anybody else has had this occurrence happen to them. So anyway, that is it's real scary, and the more that you research this phenomenon of these black-eyed children, the more scary it gets, because you start to think like, damn, like, these aren't black contacts, people. These are like completely black eyes. How do you do that? You know what I mean? So it's real eerie. So I don't know, but I do want to touch on one other thing. When I was talking about in last night's vlog number 26, about how the government have put 50 missiles, nuclear missiles, what have you, they had embedded, they had buried them in the ground in close proximity to Yellowstone super volcano. And you know how I told y'all that they have now, since this week, gone in to retrieve these missiles because they know this bitch is about to blow. They know that this Yellowstone super volcano is about to blow. But you know what? I got to thinking this morning, and I was like, you know what? It wouldn't shock me. You know, because of this whole depopulation with this, I'm just going to leave it at that, but it wouldn't shock me if, yeah, true indeed, if they really did go in to remove these missiles, that they didn't implant a bomb, like 50 bombs or some shit, that would, that with just the press of a button would make this Yellowstone supervolcano erupt. I mean, think about it. I mean, you know, because the government's so fucked up anyway, right? So if you think about it, you know, it's like a big tank thing, and they take the top off, and they have to go down inside the ground to remove these missiles. How do we know they didn't implant some shit down there, right? So to the public, it looks like they're just taking out these missiles because they're afraid this volcano is going to erupt. But how do we know they didn't implant some shit, some bombs or some shit down there, to where once they've left and the top's been put back over this shit, whoever has the authority with just the push of a button, this volcano erupts, and nobody would ever really know that it was intentionally done, because the damage that would be done. Because think about it, when this volcano erupts with the lava, the magma, you know, like this hot ass lava, it would desecrate, if that's even the right word, but it would remove whatever bomb or evidence was there. It would melt it. Like, it would just, so they could honestly do this shit and get away with it, and nobody would be able to go back to the super volcano hours after it's erupted and try to, you know, go back in the crime scene and find out, you know, like when a house catches fire, they wait, you know, they put out the fire, then they go back and try to find out what the cause of the fire was. Was it like something in the kitchen, some equipment? This is like hot lava, people. So can't nobody go back in no hours later to try to find, oh, it's a bomb, somebody implanted bombs, because everything's just completely destroyed. So it makes sense. So I'm just saying, think about it. I mean, I don't know, but there's 50 of them that they have buried into the ground, and they are removing them as of this week. So it just kind of made me think, you know, I don't know, it just crossed my mind. It wouldn't shock me, you know. And then for the rest of the world, we think it was just that Yellowstone super volcano went off, when in all actuality, it was intentionally done to go off. But by that point, the whole, you know, United States is basically to shit. So everybody's just at that point trying to survive and get in contact with family members to see if they're okay. Nobody's giving a fuck about the fact that maybe this was intentionally done. So anywho, I just wanted to throw that out there as well. This is going on 28 minutes. It's going to take like 4 to 5 hours for this bitch to upload. It's about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. But so hopefully it'll get up before 10 p.m. tonight. But anywho, so anyway, y'all look into these black-eyed children, because you know, it's not like an urban legend, people. Like, this shit actually is real. And there's just so many cases of it, of these incidences occurring. And I think because it sounds so out of this world is why a lot of people just write it off as an urban legend. Kind of like with the aliens and shit, you know. But and like dimensions and all that other shit, a lot of people just write that shit off. Like back to the zombie shit, you know. So all I'm saying is just open up your mind, you know what I mean? Don't believe just what makes sense. Don't believe just what makes sense because you're so closed-minded and can't see the fact that the possibilities of it being something else are there. But you're just so closed-minded, you choose not to explore or look more into the possibilities. When you're so closed-minded like that, you close the door to the possibility of it being something else. And I don't know about y'all, but I know with me, I want to know what other possibilities something could be, or isn't, or is. You know, before I come up to a final belief or conclusion for myself. You know, so anyway, I'm gonna end this vlog, y'all. I'm sorry if I'm not like all crazy and shit, but I really have been researching this shit for the majority of the morning and for the majority of the day, and it's just real terrifying, you know. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just put this in my daily vlog number 27. I might do another daily vlog later on today. I'm not sure. That one will be short. Will be short. So anyway, MC Aggie St. James, bitches, working on the handshake. It's just fucking sick. If you don't know who I am, scroll down the YouTube channel that you're watching this video on, and you'll find my music underneath, below all of these daily vlogs. And if you go to the description box, you'll find my Facebook info and YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, and all, or just Google Aggie St. James bitches, because I'm on like over 20 motherfucking links and websites and music promotional sites. But anywho, I'm gonna end this one for now. I love y'all and give y'all the kiss. I love y'all, and yeah, just study it. Oh, and if y'all ever, if anyone who's watching this has ever encountered these black-eyed children, or even has seen the black-eyed adults out in public, let me know. Email me, AggieSt.JamesMusic@gmail.com. AGGI, there's no E on Aggie, just AGGI Saint, SAINT, JamesMusic@gmail.com, or leave a comment below the video and let me know if you've ever experienced this, or if you know someone who has, what their experience was like. I would leave some links below in the description box of some of the sites I've investigated, researched on. But like I told y'all before, and like some vlogs back, I'm having trouble being able to attach links to the description box. So that's why I said just go research it. Just look it up on YouTube, Black-Eyed Children. There are like 2 or 3 documentaries. So if you are on YouTube and you do want to delve more into this, just type in Black-Eyed Children documentaries, and those are the ones that I have found to be the most credible. And if you see any videos or photos of these black-eyed children on YouTube, I'm not saying that they're all fake, but with all the cases that have come forth, apparently, you know, a lot of these houses had home security cameras outside, in the front yard, on the house, at the top, you know, and in the backyard, above the back door and shit. But anytime the person would go back and look at the tape, it would get real fuzzy. Like if the kids came knocking at 10 p.m. and left at like 11 p.m., then that resident would go back and look at that tape, and from that time frame it would be fuzzy. So it's real. So apparently these beings are able to interact with electricity, with the power and cameras and security cameras and shit, to where you can't ever get an image of them. So and plus now with Photoshop and shit, it's real easy to take a picture of somebody and then make their entire eye black. So I wouldn't really believe those videos or photos, because with all the legit cases that have come forth, nobody's ever been able to take pictures or get a video of these kids approaching their door, because the cameras or the video equipment always starts acting funny. So I would watch out for that. But anywho, I'm going to end this. It's going on 35 minutes. This is going to take like 5 hours to upload, and I'm sorry, people, but it would have kind of been hard for me to keep this short. So I love y'all, and I'll hit y'all later on. Aggie St. James, motherfuckers, and I'm out.